Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? I got my man, Carter Cofield. We're just going to open right up. Hey, before we even get started, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. This is Stock Up with Larry Jones, and we have special guest, my man, Carter Cofield.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Yes, sir.
Thank you. It feels good to be in studio, man. This looks amazing. This might not be the last time we do this, you know?
Come on, man. We got to put this on the book.
Yes, sir.
For those of you that don't know, he has graced the show before, and he is a tax expert, not just a CPA, but a tax expert, and also a personal friend.
Yes,
we've been on the speaking trail together and speaking at various engagements, and I just heard him speak in Chicago. Yep. And this man knows all things taxes. Listen, don't turn away, because this is going to affect you, your pocket. All right. So we're going. Hey, go ahead and introduce yourself and talk to the people.
Yeah. So my name is Carter Cofield, licensed tax strategist, licensed CPA, and my goal is simple. If Larry gonna teach y'all how to invest the bag and grow y'all money, my job is teach y'all how to keep the bag and keep the money away from the IRS. Because believe it or not, Larry, the more you invest, the less you pay the IRS.
Say that one more time.
The more you invest, the less you pay the IRS. You see, when you invest in stocks, when you invest in real estate, or you invest anywhere, the IRS is going to reward you because you're stimulating the economy. For every dollar you invest in the stock market, you are investing in companies that's going to hire more people. So they have no problem giving you these tax breaks if you're an investor and if you're building helping the economy move forward.
So the government is set up on taxes. Our taxes, our main purpose for the tax, of course, we know infrastructure and all of that, is to stimulate the economy, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So the government didn't create the tax system to make you pay a lot of money in taxes. The government created the tax system because they wanted you to do their job for them.
Gotcha.
Right? So if you're investing, if you're investing in helping build these companies up that's building jobs, that's one less job that they have to do. So they will gladly give you tax breaks for it. But we have to understand the rules of the game in order to win the game.
I like that. Rules of the game in order to win the game. Let me cut my gang. Speaking of gang, let me cut my gang down a little bit. Okay. Hey, good people, we were upstairs chopping it up. I believe that's better. We were upstairs chopping it up, and I don't want to be overbearing. There we go. I'm looking at the gauge there. All right. And I said, hey, man, let's just go downstairs and cut the camera on and just educate the people. Now, let's just talk about this, because a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people about this, and a lot of my followers have LLCs, right? This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some things that affect you, how you can keep more money and pay less taxes, right? And so I was talking to somebody the other day, and he has an LLC, right? Doing work, construction work. Okay. And then I said, hey, are you making under like $47,000 a year? He's like, no, I make $150,000 a year. And I was like, 150? He's like, yeah. I said, how much do you think you're going to do this year? He said, oh man, we're having a great year, man. I'll probably do like 180. And I says, then why are you still in LLC?
Great question.
And he goes, well, should I change? And I'm going to let the professional tell you guys what the answer is. Go ahead.
Yeah. So believe it or not, and contrary to what social media is telling you, LLCs do not help you save money on taxes.
Wow.
Period. LLCs do not, I'm saying again, LLCs do not help you save money on taxes. LLCs are great for asset protection, but S-Corps help you save money on taxes. So when you start out your business, it's great to start out as an LLC because you want to protect yourself and separate yourself from the business.
Right.
But once you start making over $40,000 net income for your business, it is time for you to upgrade that LLC to a S corporation, because S corps actually help you save on taxes. As a matter of fact, I tell my students this. I say, if you had an LLC making $100K and I had an S Corp making $100K, we're both making the same amount of money.
Right.
But we have different entity structures.
Yes.
You having an LLC, you're going to pay over $10,000 a year more in taxes than I am.
Yeah.
Because I have an S Corp and you have an LLC.
You know how I know that?
How?
Because I did that.
You were the person overpaying taxes?
I was the overpaid person overpaying the taxes. Why? Because my company took off faster than I thought it would. And my paperwork was behind the company. And just like a lot of you guys, I did not know that. I did not know that a corporation was a pass-through entity. Explain what a corporation is.
Yeah, so an S corporation is a pass-through entity, which means that the money is going to pass through to your personal tax return.
Say that one more time. Look at that camera. Please tell these people this.
So an S-Corp is a pass-through entity, which means all the money is still going to pass through to your personal tax return. There is no such thing as I'm going to keep the money in my S-Corp so I don't have to pay tax. There is no such thing.
Wow.
It's a pass-through entity. All the money is coming to your personal return anyway. The beautiful thing about an S-Corp is it helps you avoid self-employment taxes. When you're earning money in your business, you pay federal tax. Depending on where you live, you pay state tax. And you also pay self-employment tax, aka FICA tax. S-Corps help you cut that FICA tax by about 70%.
Wow. And you're talking about, man, listen, when the tax man told me how much I owed him, because I was still under an LLC, I drove around in a daze. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
And then he was just like, why aren't you a corp? You know, why aren't you a corp? Can you explain the difference for people that don't know? Two things. I want you to explain the difference between an S-Corp and a C-Corp. I know it. I want the people to find out. But then I want you to talk to the people that has got a ton of money sitting in their corporations. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Because you just told the people it's a pass-through entity. Go ahead.
So I'll answer the first question, and I'll go back to the last. So an S-Corp is a pass-through entity, meaning the money's still going to pass through to your personal tax return. A C-Corp is different. A C-Corp is an actual corporation, and you're going to get taxed twice.
Because multiple employees. Right?
You'll get taxed when the money comes into the C-Corp, and then when you try to pay yourself, you're going to get taxed again. So you have to please avoid C corporations. Like, unless you're making $3-4 million profit in your business, or you're trying to go public on the U.S. Stock Exchange, stay away. Stay away from C corporations, because we don't like paying tax once, let alone paying tax twice. So C corps make you pay tax twice, so we want to avoid them like the plague.
So S-Corp.
S corporation.
S-Corp.
And just to be clear, you in order to set up an S-Corp, you need to either set up an LLC first and then have your LLC taxed as an S-Corp, or you set up a C-Corp first and have your C-Corp taxed as an S-Corp. You can't just start out as an S-Corp. You have to start out as an LLC or a C-Corp first, and then you file the paperwork to have it taxed as an S-Corp.
So I can hear it's a lady, it's a female. She's got a thriving business. She's got a boutique, or she's selling tea online, or she's got a what do you call that? Shopify. Right? And she killing it. I got y'all, sisters. I got you. I got the tax expert here. We gonna answer all those questions. I hear y'all. So and they killing it now. So they used to make like 30,000 and 40,000. Now they killing it. They making 150,000, right? How can I convert? I hear y'all. How can I convert my LLC, or can I convert my LLC to an S-Corp?
Phenomenal question, and you really know your audience, because I know somebody's asking us that right now, right? So it's very simple, guys, and don't let people on the internet or your CPA make it more complicated than what it is. All you have to do is file form 2553. And once you file form 2553, it's called the S election form. And then that is going to allow you to convert your LLC to a S corporation, filing one piece of paperwork.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow. That's cray.
Yeah.
Man, this is information that you guys need to know.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you the question about because we never asked the question about the people with the money still in their business that's not using it.
They waiting on that.
Yeah, we can't go past that. A dollar not moving is a dollar losing. Okay. So if you have money sitting in your company's bank account, not doing anything with it, that money, the IRS is going to come take it away from you because you're not being a good steward over your finances.
Come on.
So what we need to be doing, you all, we need to be thinking about what ways can I deploy this money strategically so that I can minimize my tax bill.
Yes.
So, when we're looking at things in our business, what equipment can I buy?
Yep.
That's going to help my business grow and it's going to lower my taxes at the same time. Do I need to go buy a vehicle, right? Do I need to go buy what's popular right now? The Tesla Cybertruck, which is a vehicle that weighs over 6,000 pounds that you can still write off 60% of it in year one. That will help you save $60,000 to $80,000 in taxes.
Wow.
I mean, which will give you a $60,000 to $80,000 write-off in 2024.
Right.
What reinvestment can I be making from a studio standpoint? If I buy a piece of equipment,
Bam.
if I set up this studio,
Bam.
this was money that was in your bank account.
I'm Vanna Black.
Yeah, right.
Bam.
This was all money that was in your bank account that you deployed back into your business that helped you what? Make more money and it helped you save on taxes. And that's the name of the game.
So let me tell you guys this. Some of these vehicles, when they get through with them, they don't weigh 6,000 pounds from the manufacturer. And then they add more weight to them. Just so they can hit it. Why do you think a lot of business owners drive Range Rovers? Right?
Period.
And cars like that. They're all business owners. Mostly business owners drive Range Rovers.
Absolutely.
There's a reason why. Range Rover was smart enough to make even their 6 cylinders weigh.
Because it's guys, when you're looking at this, you want to look at the vehicle's gross weight, not the curb weight.
Exactly.
The gross vehicle rating
Yes.
is going to let you know how much the IRS considers it to weigh.
That's true.
And these companies have went out their way to make the cars weigh more just to help you increase your tax deduction, and you're not taking advantage of it.
See, my audience know what Studio C is.
Okay.
See, Studio C is Studio C because it weighed over 6,000 pounds. Now, this gentleman,
Yes, sir.
I bought a Rover because my tax guy, me and my tax guy got together and he's like, bro, you got to spend some money. Y'all know I hate spending money, right? And so I'm like, yep, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. Just like a doctor, your tax preparer is not your boss. A lot of people, and you're going to agree with me, a lot of people find a guy that just does regular taxes and he doesn't know all of the, he or she doesn't know all of the tax write-offs, right? So I bring my tax accountant a lot of stuff. I have I got a good friend that's a tax expert.
Yes, sir.
So I go, look, I'm going to buy, can I buy? No, I'm not asking. I was, look, I'm buying this vehicle because it is for business use and it's Studio C and I'm taking care of all of my business in this vehicle. And the year that we bought ours, which was 2021, the end of 2022, that was the last year that you can write 100% off. I bought a car. You want to talk about what car you bought? Yeah, you gotta go tell him what he look.
Okay. So
look,
yeah,
I'm in like the granddad car. And Mr.
I had a
Mr.
huge
Young
tax
and
bill.
Fresh.
I had a huge tax bill.
Go ahead and tell
and
him what you got.
I can't be the tax strategist that's paying taxes.
Right.
It's not a good look for the brand.
Right.
So
go ahead. He trying to sugarcoat it down. Go ahead and tell him what you got, man.
So back in 2020, I had
2020.
I had a $200,000 net profit left in my business.
Right.
I'm talking after all the write-offs I can find. And I had a $200,000 net profit and living in California.
Oh yeah. Oh heck.
So I had two choices. I could pay the government 40 to 50% of that, or I can buy something before the year ended to be able to cancel that tax bill. I was able to find a 2020 Lamborghini Urus that weighs over 6,000 pounds.
Hold on. He got a Lambo, good people. Like I'm in the granddad car. He in the cool car.
Look. I'm in whatever the tax deduction I needed. That's what I'm in.
Hey, but what's cool is, and I want you to tell them what you were doing. With
I'm about to go. I'm gonna give him the whole play. So
y'all watch this. Listen to this.
Look, so I had a $200,000 net income, which is going to result in a $100,000 tax bill. No, sir. I found a Lamborghini Urus that weighed over 6,000 pounds. I put $40,000 down on it. Right? Remember, I got $200,000 net profit. I put $40,000 down on it. The vehicle cost a $240,000. So I got a $240,000 tax deduction. So not only did it wipe out all my taxes for 2020, it also wiped out some of my taxes for 2021.
Carry over.
Because $50,000 I didn't get to use.
Exactly.
So I got to carry over another $50,000 into the next year. But get this, y'all. I'm not going to just have a Lamborghini to have a Lamborghini.
Right.
I'm going to turn that liability into an asset. So I then decided to ship my car to a friend of mine that owns a luxury rental car company. So now my Lamborghini gets rented out from 10 to 20 days a month at $1,200 a day.
Boom, ka-ching.
So
not only did you get the freaking
$250,000 write-off,
can't stand you.
I'm getting about $10,000 to $20,000 a month in passive income. But that's the name of the game.
That is. It's killing it, good people. I told y'all, we got the jewels for you. We got the jewels.
That's the name of the game, man.
And so a lot of you guys have LLCs that you're paying ridiculous, twice the tax rate of a S-Corp, right? Mm-hmm. And you got a pile of money sitting in there thinking that makes it look better for your business. Mm-hmm. Now, you got to keep money in there, some overhead, and you got to keep some money in there if you're trying to secure a loan and you want to show the bank that. I get that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of you guys that are listening to me need to, number one, convert to an S-Corp yesterday so you can pay less taxes and understand what that is. Now, we're going to talk about the difference in a distribution. Let me tell you something. I can almost be a tax expert as much stuff.
Hey, look, man. That means you've been listening. That means you listen to me.
Yeah, I listen every time. Every time I get that notification, bing, I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
what?
Yeah.
Huh? So you said what?
Yeah.
So that's it. Shh, Carter's talking.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, man, it is. And I do a lot of research, as you know. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of research on this because it's what's important. We got to spend more time talking about finances. Wealthy people talk about finances, and unwealthy people tell you you shouldn't be talking about finances. And these are the truths, man. So you know what? You take it from there, man. Let's go ahead.
I'll give one more play with the vehicles, right? So not only can you get a vehicle and you can deduct the expense on your taxes, there are also vehicles that give you a tax credit. Right. Now, tax credits are better than tax deductions because a tax write-off will lower your taxable income, but a tax credit will lower your tax bill, period.
How about the Cybertruck?
So the Tesla, they can't do it because they import parts overseas. The government is not doing that. But you can get some of these other electric vehicles.
Not getting political. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean,
he wasn't even invited to the table. Yeah. But let's go ahead. Go ahead. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So there are certain vehicles. Not only will you get a tax deduction for getting the vehicle, you will also get a tax credit, an EV tax credit, which could be up to $7,500, up to a $7,500 tax credit. So if you have a $7,500 tax bill, by buying this vehicle, it can give you a tax credit that will completely wipe out the tax bill you have. So vehicles are really huge, especially if you're getting an electric vehicle, because you get a tax deduction plus a tax credit.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if you're
so the breakdown now, just so you guys know, because I don't want to leave you guys, I don't want you to run out and saying, hey, I can write a 100% of the car off, right? So the vice president of my company, also has a vehicle.
Yep.
That's a tax write-off, right? Different color, because she takes care of all of my business.
Yep. I love it.
I married my assistant, so it's all in the same house.
I love it.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
Dude, like when you having a business with your spouse is so powerful.
Yep.
Because you basically double your deductions.
Yes.
Right? So you buy a car, cool. She buys a car. Now we got 2x deductions.
Right.
If you want to put money into a retirement account and you hire her into your business, guess what? Now you can set up a retirement account for her underneath your business, and now y'all can both put money into the retirement accounts and y'all can save taxes simultaneously. Let me give you one play that one of my clients did that was absolutely phenomenal.
Because that's exactly what I do. She gets a salary, I get a salary. Now, if you're doing a SEP, then you have to pay your employee up to 25% of their yearly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just do it for me. So I paid myself, which is tax deferred.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means I don't have to pay taxes on the money that I put into my SEP. Right. Now, in my SEP, I get to pick the stock that I'm in. So I pay myself and I pay my employee, which lives under the same roof. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, first of all, you really listen to stuff I be saying, brother.
I'm killing it. I ain't playing. Look, I hate giving my money away.
Yeah, so here's the play I think you all should try to implement this year if you can. If you have an LLC or S-Corp, especially if you have S-Corp, I love setting up what's called a solo 401k.
Yes.
Right? A solo 401k. Now, a solo 401k allows you to put up to $69,000 into this account per year, and you will get a $69,000 tax deduction for you doing so. But guess what? Usually a solo 401k means that you're the only person that can contribute to it. Yep. But when your spouse works in the business, it's no longer a solo 401k, it's a dual 401k because your spouse does not, your spouse is allowed to contribute to it as well. So now you can put $69,000 in there for you, but now you can double down and put $69,000 in there for your spouse.
Right.
So now we have $138,000 tax deduction
Right.
for money you invested.
Yep. Investing in the stock
In the
market.
stock market.
That is making money.
And guess what? Some people are like, well, what? I don't want to tie that much money up. What if I need it? With the solo 401k.
Come on. You spitting game.
Come on now.
Come on.
With a solo 401k, because you set it up, you are allowed to put a loan provision in your solo 401k. Yep. Basically stating that if I need this money before 59 and a half, I can take a loan of up to 50% of what's in there or $50,000, whichever is less. So when you invest the money, if you needed it, you can borrow against your own solo 401k up to $50,000 and use the money. And guess what? That borrowed money, because it's a loan, is not taxable.
And who writes the terms of the agreement?
You
the
do.
Business owner.
And then when you pay interest back too, guess who you pay interest back to?
Who? Yourself. Boom. Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, I hope y'all following.
Come on.
I hope y'all following.
This man spitting nothing but
I hope y'all are
game.
following.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So a lot of you guys had side hustles and everything. For those of you that got side hustles and you're just putting that money in your pocket, don't do that. Now, Caesar's do what he's do. You got to give Caesar some, you're right? And that's it. That's it. But there's ways for you to build your business, reinvest in your business, and then when it grows and matures, flip that LLC at the right time to an S-Corp. Now, I want you to check with your own tax experts, okay? He's a tax expert and he's certified, but he's also a tax strategist.
Absolutely.
Okay? So now, a lot of you guys, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it, man. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Say what you got to say.
A lot of you guys got Day them, Uncle Billy Bob.
Uncle Ray them.
Uncle Ray them. It's always them.
It's always them.
That is been doing your grandmama's taxes, and he's doing your taxes, right? And he's been doing your taxes. And I'm just going to tell you, he's not qualified to do your business taxes. She's not qualified. And you need to get an adult. That's just like what people was, what's that little investment app? Yeah, I'm investing with, and they just roll it up. I said, you need a big boy.
Yeah, investment account. Yeah. And here's why they do this.
Yeah.
Because they hired their auntie or cousin because that person is cheap.
That's it.
Now, let me tell you this.
And they know them.
Yeah.
And they feel like they have to, they indebted to them.
Yeah. And so let me give y'all a word of advice. Experts are expensive, right? Like hiring me is going to be expensive. Experts are expensive, but guess what? Amateurs will cost you a fortune.
Yes. Yep.
So the fact that you think you're saving a little bit of money on the front end by hiring somebody cheap, they're going to cost you more in mistakes than an expert ever could.
True.
So
these is facts.
I just think it's important that we understand, like, we're either going to pay on the front end or pay on the back end. And our goal is to make sure we don't have to do work twice over because we had the wrong person in our corner.
Man, you got me sounding so hood. I said, these is facts. Yeah. So listen, let's talk about, I don't want to leave people. They have reduced the amount of write-off for your automobiles under the current administration. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it's no longer 100%. They went down when we purchased the second vehicle for the business. It was down to 85%. But just like he did, I put $5,000 down on a vehicle that costs over $100,000. Right. So now I still have that $5,000. It's in the market making money. And then my corporation is, you know, how to do it. You literally can make the payments and take the write-off all at once. Yeah. Right.
And the payment is tax deductible as well.
And the payment is tax deductible. Exactly. Right. And so good people, you got to do this. A lot of things. So now, I want to, anything else you need to add to that before I shift?
No, I just want people to know that the longer you wait, the longer it's costing you. Because in 2020, it was 100%. Last year is 80%. This year is 60%. So your deduction goes down every year you wait.
2020 was 100%. Did you say 20?
Yeah, well.
I think you're saying 2020.
Okay, well, I know that it was in 2023.
No, you meant to say 100, but you said it was 20%.
Oh, my bad. So
in 2020, I think so.
Yeah, so in 2024, it's 60%. Last year was 80%. The year before that was 100%. So every year you wait to get a vehicle, your deduction is going down by 20%. So waiting is expensive.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Yep. Putting it off for tomorrow is expensive. Man, it's so much. So now, what should people that are like, we're going to start having him on for taxes in November before you pay your taxes.
Tax planning season. Yeah.
And then we're going to have him on like semi-annually to make sure you guys are up. So now, somebody is they're getting ready. They just killed it in the stock market. Okay, let's switch that. Okay. Right, and it's tax time. Yep. Right. So, I always talk about tax loss harvesting at the end of the year. Okay, so I want you to do a quick breakdown on who pays what type of taxes based on how long they hold their stock. So, for instance, day traders pay a lot of taxes, right? Long-term investors pay less taxes on their capital gains. So take it from there.
Yeah. So if you hold stocks less than 12 months, you're going to pay short-term capital gains tax rates, which is the same as ordinary income tax rates. So you might be 0 to 37%, which is a lot of money. But once you hold stocks longer than 12 months, which I'm sure Larry is teaching you all to do, you now go into the capital gains tax rates, which is 0 to 20%. So you nearly cut it in half simply by holding on to the stock longer. So long-term investing is where we want to be because the IRS is not like day traders. They don't let day traders take write-offs. It's really, really tough to save on taxes if you're a day trader. Yep. But if you're long-term investing, you can not only minimize your taxes by holding them for over 12 months, you can take advantage of different strategies like dollar cost. I'm sorry, not dollar cost averaging. Like what do you call it when you sell it before the end of the year?
Tax loss harvesting.
Tax loss harvesting.
Yep.
But what I love about Bitcoin, and we don't have to talk about this today.
Yep.
But with stocks, if you sell your stock to capture the loss, you have to wait 30 days.
Or you get a wash sale. That's what that W on your apps is. That's a wash sale.
Exactly. So you are not allowed to buy the stock back for over 30 days, and you might miss some gains in those 30 days. But with Bitcoin, they don't have that law there yet.
Nope. So it's actually 1 day.
It's actually 1 day. So now you can sell one of your crypto coins, capture the loss, and then buy it back the next day to capture the gains. But now you have this loss that goes against your other gains. So now you're able to we have clients that have used their their crypto investments to completely eradicate their stock gains.
Yep.
So we're leveraging assets against each other to save immensely on taxes.
These are gems, good people. These are absolute good gems. So now, for those of you that even have the LLCs and you're operating out of your houses, right? A lot of people, I can guarantee you, most of you guys are missing write-offs that you're not taking advantage of. But on the other hand, some of you guys are greedy and you begging for an audit.
Yeah,
all right.
It's either or.
So,
It's
right. If you going and you taking your boo out to buy Chanel purses through your business, you gonna get audited. Yeah. You should.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's talk about running a business from your home. What are some of I know what the biggest write-off is, because trust me, I've almost become listening to him and just doing research.
You don't even need me here, bro. Yeah.
But I want them to hear it from you.
Yes.
What are the things that they should consider writing off running businesses from their homes? Even if it's renting Toro or whatever, your office is your home. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think the number one aspect or item that you can write off when working from home is a portion of your home, right? Because when you have a dedicated place where you solely work, a dedicated place where you solely work, the IRS literally allows you to write off a portion of your mortgage and a portion of your rent every single month. So if your 20% of your home is represented by your business, you get to write off 20% of your rent. You get to write off 20% of your utilities, 20% of electricity, 20% of your mortgage, 20% of property taxes, 20% of HOA fees, all these expenses that you're paying for anyway.
Wow.
Why not allow the government to come help you pay your bills so you don't have to pay them all by yourself? And you're working from home anyway, right? You're not spending any extra money. You're simply taking advantage of the tax law, which allows you the tax law to work in your favor. So one of my favorite deductions for people who work from home is to take advantage of the home office deduction, a place where they solely work.
90%.
Yep.
95% of every call is business.
If we're not talking business, why are you calling me?
Boom. Come on, man.
Come on now.
So
even when your wife calls.
That's it.
That's a business.
That's business.
Come on now.
So your phone bills, your phone purchases, all of this. You have to run your business. Your MacBook Pros, all of this are write-offs, and they should be coming through your business. And you get to write off up to 1/3 of your mortgage. For a lot of people, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That for a lot of people, that's $1,000.
Yeah.
That you're paying.
And it could be more than that.
It could be more than that.
It could be more than that, because we know some content creators that have turned a large portion of their home into their business.
Yes.
Like YouTubers, they will have multiple content studios. Their basement will be a studio.
Yep.
The wife will be the person. The wife will have an office that's her personal show. Yep. The husband have an office, his personal show. They might have a joint show downstairs. So they're using 40 to 50% of their home as part of their business, which allows them to increase. Like, imagine right now 40% of your mortgage.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. And so here's the deal. And so, for instance, hypothetically, I could sell this house to my business and operate the business in the entire home. And now this property becomes my business and it's all a write-off. Or I could decide to pay a fair value and charge a lease to my business as a separate entity, as an owner, not the house that I live in.
Yeah.
So
you can't live in it if you do that, though.
That's what I said. Not the house that I live in.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
You notice I said not the house that I live in.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. So you're absolutely right, because then I could keep the house and now I run my business out of it while I live somewhere else in a state with no state business taxes.
Did I tell you I'm moving to Texas?
Man, bro, what's up, neighbor?
Yeah.
What's up, neighbor?
Yeah, I'm definitely moving to Texas, bro.
I've been looking in Texas.
Yeah, no,
I've been looking in Texas. I've been looking in Nashville. Man, little beachside stuff in Florida, but Texas.
But saving 5 to 10% a year for the money that you're making is a lot of money.
It turns out to be a lot of money, and so people don't realize the tax things. And I said this before, and somebody got upset at me. It was like, no, it's not true. And then they checked. Listen, there are some things that's so taxed that is so crazy, like Grant Cardone, right? Now, I don't know the exact numbers. I believe he bought a $60 million jet.
$150 million.
The $150 million jet, okay? You tell the story.
Oh, yeah, it's really simple.
Yeah.
He had a large tax bill.
Because he buys a lot of property. So and his tax bill.
Well, Grant Cardone just makes a lot of money from selling digital products too. Like his education business is booming.
It's killing.
So he had about like $20 million, I believe, in income that was going to be taxed.
Right.
So instead of paying that tax bill, he decided to buy a jet that was, I think, $150 million. And so what it did was he put the down payment down. He bought the jet. It wiped out his tax bill for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And then he uses the jet to market his business to make more money. It's just like, it's crazy.
Yep. And so we have to think like the extreme wealthy. We have to think like that now, even with your small amount of money, because you got to think about it. If you're smart with your taxes, and we didn't even talk about choosing who you donate to. Like,
I mean, a separate episode for that.
Yeah,
I got some plays for you. I got
some.
Please, let's just.
I already know. I already know where you're going with that.
Yeah, okay.
For private. I ain't even going.
Private Family Foundation.
Come on. Well, you know what? That's another episode. It's so much that you could do right now. How about let's end with paying your kids. That people still have their kids that of age that still live in the house, paying them. And I don't want you to just pay them. I want you to put it in a Roth IRA. You as the custodial, open up a custodial account. And let's say you have a 10-year-old in the house. And whatever your business is, you can hire that 10-year-old to do a job, even if it's cleaning up after you sweeping the floor. You can pay them up to a certain amount, and you can take that money and put it in a Roth IRA. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know if I need to say anything more than that. That was the play right there.
That's it. And so now they are set up. You are putting money into their future rather than wasting it on junk, you are setting them up, right? So then when they get old enough, they get a job, that's still their Roth. Just think of you guys, had your parents did that for you when you were 10 years old. And by the time you get 20, you got 10 years of money that's going to be pulled out tax-free when they get 59 and a half. Okay.
You can pull out some of that beforehand because the contributions already been taxed. So
see, I don't want them to put it out. Don't get a side hustle, let that money flip over.
Exactly. Let that make it to you. Don't even tell them about it.
Yeah, y'all didn't hear that part.
Yeah, the beauty of it is you're giving your kids money anyway.
Right.
You have to pay for school.
Yep.
You have to pay for clothes. You have to pay for education. If you get paid, most people they work in their business, they get taxed on the money, then they give their kids money that they've already been taxed on.
Right.
What we want to do is we want to make money. We want to pay the kids from our business. We get a tax deduction for paying the kids from the business. Our kids don't pay any taxes on the money we pay them because the standard deduction is going to wipe out the money that we pay them. So if we pay them $14,600, guess what? The standard deduction is $14,600. So now the income that we paid them is going to get wiped out by their standard deduction. So now we got a tax deduction. They receive the money tax free. Now they have $14,000 of tax free money that they now have, which half of it can go to the custodial Roth IRA, which is the limit of $7,000 this year.
Yep.
And the other half of it could be paid towards school tuition, which you can pay for anyway. Now you're writing off tuition in the sense at the same time.
Come on, man. You compounding the game.
I'm just saying, man.
You compounding the game.
I just had to like put a little bit of sauce on the well-plated dinner you put on their plate.
Man, there's so much we could talk about, man. You know, a lot of you guys think taxes are like boring. No,
they haven't seen me. If they think taxes are boring.
Listen,
let me talk to them for a second.
This is a fact. There was a president. You guys heard me say it. His ex-wife died.
He
buried her on his golf course. That golf course got deemed a cemetery,
which has dramatically different tax ramifications than a regular golf course would.
Boom. Read about it. I'm telling you guys, the wealthy have been taking advantage of these, some people call them tax loops or whatever. Listen, it's legal. And it's done all of the time by the very people that you watch on TV, all right? On both sides, okay?
Money is a game. Yeah. Taxes is a game. Investing is a game.
Yep.
The question is, are you ready to play with the big leagues?
Come on. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Get in the game. All right, so we got homework. We're going to take those LLCs and we're going to roll them over one form and you can convert them over. And I can tell you, you can find. Listen, I got a retired lawyer. Man, I'll come out of retirement. He did law for many years. He just, hey, look this over for me. Oh, no problem. Give him a few dollars. Boom, boom, boom. He's like, man, you did it all yourself. You didn't even need me.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure everything was straight.
Right.
You know, just listen. Like he said, invest in yourself first. Find your lawyers. Find your tax experts. And pay them. So, like he said, it's not cheap, but it's expensive not to. Can I say that again?
Yeah.
It's
Please.
not. I thought that sounded good.
Hey, man, you preaching over here.
It's
almost
not,
Wednesday night Bible study. You know,
it's not. It was really good. It's not cheap, but it's expensive not to. So it's going to cost you more not to. So here's the thing about a tax strategist that most people don't understand. If you meet with a tax strategist and pay the fee up front, then you don't have to work with this tax strategist every single year. He can get you set up with your own person that's legal. Y'all got to leave the ones that y'all outgrown, and he can strategize for you.
Give the plan
set you up, give you a plan to you, and then you go to your tax preparer and say, here's the plan that we want to pursue, right? And now the information that he gave you that's going to save most of you tens of thousands of dollars for those of you that have businesses, then you're going to gain the money you paid him 1,000 times over.
Not to mention my fee is also tax deductible because the money you give service professionals, come on.
That's it. That is that you could cut a check through the business because it's deductible. It was a business expense. So I always say this, like, invest in yourself first. Speaking of investing in yourself, I got to do a quick promo here. Look, stock up you. Invest in yourself first. Learn stocks. Crip, see that handsome gentleman right there? Look, learn how to kill it with stocks and crypto. And it's not just me. I'm adding even more to it. We got all of these fine ladies and gentlemen that's teaching you everything from options to charting to dividends, okay? That's going to be the top link below. Invest in yourself first, good people. Man, we're going to leave it right there. I want you to have closing words, man.
Guys, it's just, if you want to,
I'm sorry. After you have closing words, you want to talk about your event?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Go
So,
ahead.
I believe that getting in the room around the right people is absolutely mandatory for your growth. So me and my company are hosting an event called Wealth Weekend. Larry's going to be in the building. It's going to be phenomenal. Yes, sir. So if you go to melaninmoney.com, you can find all the information. It'll be a super packed room of high-level entrepreneurs, and you'll learn how to make more money, save on taxes, and build generational wealth for you and your family.
I will leave a link in the bio beneath, okay? In the bio beneath, not the bio, I said the bio. In the description beneath, I will leave a link to the Mellon Awards. Good people, listen, Carter Cofield, he is a tax expert, not just a CPA, right? Not Uncle Boo Boo and them that knows taxes. Then you got the certified accountant.
Yes, sir.
He is a tax specialist, strategist, okay? Yes, and my man is just a cool people to hang with, man. Yes, we kick it together all over the world now when we meet. And I want you guys to take advantage of his information. Leave him your IG. He posts all of the time on Instagram.
Well, actually, I'm gonna give him a YouTube.
Oh yeah, give him your YouTube
because we got a YouTube game, right?
Yep.
YouTube
so, go ahead.
Is at melanin, like the skin tone, at melanin money.
All right, and you know what? I'm gonna leave a link to that also
in
the
description.
For me? Man, I got you, bro. I got you, man.
This is the Unc right here, man. Unc looking out for me. You know what I'm saying?
So hey, man, it's just you guys can say, man, Larry really hype. You know what? I like people with good energy, and my man always bringing that high energy. And just like anything else, iron sharpen iron. He drops knowledge on me. I drop knowledge on him. Listen, get around people that are not just where you are and not where you've been from. That's who you're supposed to be pouring into. Get around people that are already where you're going. And hook along with people that are heading in the same direction as you are. All right? That's what I want you to do. Move with somebody that's moving when you move. What's that song? When I move, you move.
Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that, you know?
I'm going to leave it right there, man. Hey, good people, make sure you check out the links below, the Mellon Awards. Check out his YouTube page, and we're going to see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Boom.